Welcome. Time for some serious art fun today. I was taken on a trip to the art store by my husband for my 40th birthday. It was a surprise art supply trip. And I got to do an art supply shopping spree with no budget. You heard right. My husband is the absolute best husband in the history of time, and I won't hear any debate about it. I don't think it's debatable, but I'm just saying I won't even hear it because he knew that I know he's a little uptight about how much I spend on art supplies. And so even though I work and I earn my own money, I'm hesitant to buy everything that I could ever possibly want because, it's his money too. And he was like, I want you to get whatever you want. I don't want you to hold back. He was walking through the store with me holding my cart. He was saying things like, anything else? Do you want any more colors? Do you want to try? What about this? Did you forget brushes? I mean, I've never experienced anything like it in my life. I was literally like a kid in a freaking candy store. It was so exciting. So the first thing I got is this dagger stripper from Princeton. I do have another one of these, but I wanted one just for watercolor and the other one to dedicate to my gouache and other supplies. It's just one of my absolute favorite brushes. I love the effects you can get, such a cool tip, fan effects almost. I mean, this with a few round brushes from silver black velvet, and you're good for sure on your watercolor game. So that's the first thing. Then I got a few more of these beautiful Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens. And I just got some light colors because I have a lot of dark ones. And these are great for shadows. This one you can't even really see. Warm Gray 3. This one is green gold. It's a beautiful color in person. It's definitely not coming across in this video. And this one is just a medium skin, but really it's like a peachy, very pale color. These are gonna be amazing for blending and for shadows. So I'm really excited about those. I've had my eye on these Ecoline brush pens, but I have a real brush pen puffin video that talks about how brush pens work, why they're cool, and I've had my eye on this brand, but I have Arteza and Ohuhu because these are so expensive. So I just got a 3-color, very classic primaries palette so I can mix other colors. I got magenta, cyan blue or sky blue, and lemon yellow, the classic color wheel primaries. So that's going to be really exciting to just play with them. If I love them, I can totally get more. If I don't, I'll use these up because they're gonna, you can make anything with them, but that'll be another video. I mean, there are so many freaking videos in here. We're gonna have so much fun, you guys. I don't even know what to tell you. I got another one of these Sakura Pigma Sensei size 10. Look how flippin' cool that is. It's this ginormous felt tip pen, and I filled a whole sketchbook with mostly this pen and just a few fountain pens. So I have like so many videos on that. I'm not going to bore you again, but I just got another one because I love those. And then I got a few more microns. I got some boring ones. I got a 0.5 black and a 0.3 black. Really cool is I got a 0.5 in navy. Just scribble it a little bit. I hope that's coming across, but it's this really beautiful muted navy. And it's just slightly less aggressive than black. And so I'm just really excited. It is permanent. I'll be able to watercolor over this, use water media over it. So I'm really excited about that one. I don't even know what to take out of here next. I'm so stinking excited. Let's do the fountain pen ink. I love ink. I love painting with it. Our local art store. And they had such rare, or at least hard for me to find, inks. I've had trouble finding these inks. So I'm really excited about them. This is the Diamine Brandy Dazzle, and it is a shimmering fountain pen ink. I have been unable to find this anywhere online, so I'm dying. Look at that shimmer. Holy smokes! Look at that stinking shimmer. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I can't wait to fill a pen with this. Oh my gosh. I mean, I use fountain pen ink in pens, but I also just use it to paint. So this is the Brandy Dazzle. I almost don't want to throw away the box, but I know I have to. It's just so pretty. So I'm really excited about that one. I got the Lamy, or Lamy, depending on how you say it. It's a German brand. Amazonite crystals line. And so it has a little bit of a different bottle shape from the other Lamys. It's like a little rounded triangle, and it helps you because you can stick your pen in sideways and fill it up and get every last drop of ink. This is a gorgeous shading teal turquoise green. I've been dying for this. I really wanted it. I have the Azurite, which is a beautiful purple. This is the Diamine ink vent. So it's a specialty just for Christmas. This was last year or the year before even Christmas. So I've been looking for this for stinking over a year. Couldn't find it. They had it in this in-person store. You have to love your local art supply store. Like, it's so cool. So I just lost it when I saw this. I was so excited. How cute is this bottle? It's so cute. And this one is a beautiful, like shimmering shading green to red. I'll use it all year because it's gorgeous. So that's 3. And then this is so cool. This is Colorverse. And this is the 50 states. And this is the first state, so Delaware. I did live in Delaware for a while. It's where I started my career. And so there's that, but that's not why I got it. I got it because it's so cute. The color is so pretty. Look how cute this bottle. It is so cute. Oh, I love their bottles. I haven't had a Colorverse ink, and I love the Colorverse ink line. But this is just a gorgeous, I'm not going to be able to, I'm just going to have to test these out. It's talking to you about them is silly because you just need to see them. So we'll look at those. But then they also gave me, they literally looked at my bag. My husband was carrying this cart and they were like, you're getting so much stuff. You're really interested in this one ink that we're out of. I'm just going to make you a sample for free. So they made me this free sample, which I tied up so carefully because I don't want it to go everywhere. Too careful, I couldn't even show you. This is called Goldfish Gold by Krishna inks. You'll see when I write with this, it's so stinking cute. So I got all these super, in my opinion, rare or hard for me anyway to find inks. Dying, so excited. So you should have seen me in the store. I literally was worse than when I was 3 years old in a Toys R Us. Next, on to paint. So there are a bunch of types of paint. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to move these crazy amounts of paper and sketchbooks and everything over to the side because they're just gonna fall. These are the paints. So basically you can probably already tell, but there were a bunch of brands, much like these Ecoline brush pens that were like a little too fancy for me to just feel comfortable just getting for myself. And I know that sounds silly because you all know how many art supplies I buy, but for some reason I have a mental block with that. These are some more brands that I was nervous to try, and he was just like, just get whatever you want. And I didn't actually, because I would have gotten a lot more of these, but I just want to try the formulation again. If I really love it, I'll get more. So I have the Liquitex Soft Body Acrylic. I got the light blue violet. I just think this color is stunning and going to be so much fun to just lay down just as it is without any mixing or any messing with it for backgrounds for my cute animals. This is like ideal. I freaking love this color. And then I got this raw umber and in the acrylic gouache. So this is the soft body acrylic. This is the acrylic gouache. I just wanted to try both formulations. And one of the reasons I wanted the acrylic gouache in this color is because I couldn't find that color in this brand. And I thought that this would be fun to use to complement this brand. Before I get to that, we look at this gorgeous golden gesso. This is just bright white. I mostly use Liquitex Basics gesso. So my actual plan for this, I have the black gesso from them and I'm obsessed with it. I kind of want to mix a color with this, just a little tinge of a color as my another colored gesso base. I've seen Sandy Hester do that and I'm just frankly super jealous and I want to do it myself. So I'm just fully taking her idea to put some other color in here. I don't know if it'll end up being pink or probably green. Knowing me, it'll be a green or a blue. That's my main thing, and I'll make that a colored gesso. And finally, I got these babies. I had the idea to do a similar thing as what I did with these, where I got, you know, the primaries and I can test it out and see if I like it. And I started with that and then just kind of lost the plot and kept going. So I got the crimson, which is like a pinky red, because that's my favorite kind of neutral or mixing red. I got the lemon yellow, again, just classic mixing yellow. You mix a little of this into here and boom, you got a warm yellow. And then I got ultramarine blue, which I love mixing with a color like that, but I also got the more classic cyan blue or cerulean blue for mixing. This is more the traditional mixing set. This was additional. And since we were going additional, I got the ash green. I could see using this just as a straight up background without doing any mixing, just a full convenience color. Love it. I got this raw sienna just because I like another option for yellow, just like I liked another option for the ultramarine. And the pale mint, this was just a color to me. This is like candy. I mean, these two were just purely, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Stop. I want it. So that's what I did with those. This is my new Paint Life. OMG. So excited. I'm going to try to make this work. And I could not be more excited about this, guys. So stinking excited. These, I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the plastic because it makes a lot of noise and it makes my microphone pop and it's annoying. But trust me, these, I just want you to enjoy them while they're all fresh and beautiful in their plastic before I disrobe them. Okay, let's do the paper first and then get to all the delicious sketchbooks because yeah, that's what I would be dreaming about, obviously, since I got so many. If I were you, that's what I'd be interested in the most. But I really am excited about getting into some of this paper. This is the Fabriano Artistico cold pressed 140 pound 300 GSM watercolor paper. I got this size here, which is 8 by 10, the size I'm probably most comfortable using, but I also went whole hog and got this ginormous 9 by 12. The same exact paper, cold pressed, 25% cotton, 300 GSM. I've just obviously heard such wonderful things about Fabriano and I have never gotten that kind of paper, and I want a nicer, fancier paper to do commissions on because I do commissions, especially pet portraits are obviously a thing, but I actually recently had a commission for a baby in a pumpkin, so cute, and I have no idea how old any child is ever. I'm always so wrong. So here are the sketchbooks, but yeah, I'm really excited about the Fabriano. Let me know if you guys have tried that. It's the big event. OMG, so excited. And maybe I'll just leave some of these here for us to enjoy while we're looking at sketchbooks. Oh, hold on. Let me make this pretty. I gotta make it pretty. Much better. So the first thing I got, and I'm just gonna go in size order because reasons, this is the Moleskine Art Collection Watercolor Notebook. I have and used up the giant one, the 9 by 12, and I didn't like it. I didn't like how big that paper was. I want to give, and this paper feels really good, and it is cold pressed. It's very textured, which I love. So I definitely am looking forward to trying in the smaller version and see if it wasn't the paper, it was the size, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But this just feels really good. Obviously, everyone loves a Moleskine. This elastic is really hardy and just feels really like it'll last a really long time. This cover feels the same way, just really thick and luxurious. That's the word I'm looking for. So that I'm really excited to use that as a travel sketchbook. Just throw in my purse. This is the square version of the beta. I'm currently using this version of the beta, and I already love the paper so much that I saw this and I was like, let me just try that size and see how I like that, because I do love a square sketchbook, like all the ELO sketchbook lovers out there. I do love that shape. And this is the paper I already know I really like. It's 270 GSM cold pressed white paper. It's very thick. It doesn't have texture really. It's just really holding up well. I'm working on both sides of the paper. And like, for instance, this was a watercolor piece I did for a watercolor tutorial for you all. And I laid down so much water on this side and I laid down so much gouache on this side for the gouache tutorial. And there's nothing, there's no issue. It takes everything. So I got the smaller, 7.5 by 7.5 one. So that's super cute. Excited for that. Then I got this Handbook Journal Co. Okay, let me pause you for 1 second because I need to show you what's going on with this. Most used art supplies video for 2021. I talked about these Travelogue Sketchbook Co. sketchbooks and how they have so many pages and I filled so many of them. I have 2 more that are empty in this size, in the A5 size. Those are Lee Ellickson stickers, and that's one of my stickers from my Redbubble shop. But I have filled 3 and I have one that's more than halfway done downstairs. So I have, this black one I used and just absolutely adored this one. For Inktober, I've used, that's actually one of my favorites for how cheap they are and how many pages they have. The pages don't love watercolor. This is ink and colored pencil and more ink. But you know, it does show through, and I just work with it. It takes all the pressure off knowing it's a really cheap paper. So I always have a really cheap sketchbook going and a fancier sketchbook going at once. But this is the same company, the Handbook Journal Co. Travelogue. I don't really know where the word Travelogue fits in with this, but it's on everything. That is the brand for all those sketchbooks. And they have this watercolor version. And I've been dying to try it, but I've always been intimidated by how much more expensive it is than the cheapos that I use. And so I just got this 8x8 size. Again, I love a square sketchbook sometimes, so I decided to try this. It has this linen cover, much like the Arteza watercolor sketchbooks, but the paper feels really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying that and letting you know how I like that. I saw the Zeta series, again, same sketchbook that I've used in Alpha. I have it now in Beta, and I wanted to try the Zeta because the Alpha and the Beta, the Beta and the Delta are both 270 GSM, just like this, but they're cold pressed. One is white and one is cream. This one is smooth surface. So, ooh, it's holy moly. Ooh, that is so smooth and very thick. Obviously 270 GSM is super thick. So I'm excited to try that, the smooth one. I wonder how that's gonna be. I'm just really excited for that. And finally, it's a little plastic piece. I got that same Handbook Journal Co., same one that I have in the A5, and I've used a ton of the 5.5 by 5.5 ones. I've used these a ton for mostly travel. I got this ginormous one. It's so big. I'm so excited though. It's so cool. 10.5 by 8.25 is this one. It's grand portrait. So I just saw this and I thought to myself, I want to paint bigger. I want to get comfortable painting bigger. This paper is so thin and low pressure. I can, play in this and not feel nervous. So I'm really excited for that. But this is, even though it's ginormous, it's not a fancy sketchbook. It's so nice though. It just feels so good. It's so much fun. I love them. So that's all of my gorgeous sketchbooks. Holy smokes, I'm so excited about those. My beautiful acrylic gouache, an acrylic gouache, and a soft body acrylic. Oh, those inks. These beautiful pens. These gorgeous watercolor brush pens where and you know what? I realized I haven't even shown you what these really are. I just assume you know. They're that brush tip like you get with Copics or Tombow brush pens, but they're watercolor. They're just watercolor brush pens, and they're supposed to be super concentrated and just really bright and gorgeous and sharp. And I've seen a ton of reviews with them over the years. That's why I wanted them. And they do. They look so bright and gorgeous. So thank you so much for hanging out with me with this insanely huge, no budget art shopping spree. Oh, so delicious. I can't even say the words without sighing in pleasure. I cannot tell you how with every single art supply that has made it into this studio, I've had to have a discussion with my husband, and he's so supportive. He's always been super supportive, but he also was always saying, like, do you need that? Is that a duplicate? Yes, this one is, but there's a reason. And he just sees how much joy I get from this. And for my 40th birthday, he was like, we're doing it up. We're doing it up. There's no guilt. Literally followed me around the store, encouraging me to get more. And I didn't, because I had like that internal stop measure, but I still really went to town, and I'm so excited. I hope that you had so much fun with me for this ridiculous splurge and that you enjoyed these materials. And please trust there will be videos on all of these materials as I use them. There's going to be some kind of a video featuring them, just like with all the other materials that I've gotten in the past. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Until next time, remember, create something cute.